I really don't know how to begin today. This portion is an historical one for me. It's the one in which I deliver my very first sermon in life, so it reminds me of that stress, that moment. It was 4 years ago. And we are engaged in something that is very common within the Gospel of John. It's this idea of dialogue between Jesus and someone else. And I think we have more dialogue recorded in the Gospel of John than miracles of Jesus. That's quite interesting how the author pay attention to it. And we are engaged in a very odd dialogue between Jesus and a Samaritan woman. And the dialogue began with a question from Jesus: "Would you give me a drink?" But the way the Samaritan woman responded, she responded with a question. "You are Jewish and I am a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink?" We kind of see that cultural differences, that there is a distinct between a Jewish and a Samaritan woman. So in her mind, she was like, how come? And what's odd again is, as we reading the portion, as we discovering more from that woman, and we're finding out that this woman had 5 husbands before, and the one she's with right now, it's not her husband. And what's fun is that it's hard. Her condition of life shouldn't allow the Son of God to sit and engage in a dialogue with her. That's very interesting. And one thing that's quite funny too is, has Jesus pointing out this idea, after acknowledging her honesty that she has no husband, she switched the conversation. She switched it from worship. And what's funny is that a correct response would be, "Hey, no, don't jump to it. Let's deal with this first." But instead, Jesus did not embarrassing her or make her feel in a bad atmosphere. And this is one of our main purpose towards this season of Lent, as we're engaging in the Gospel of John, is through see those character, those nature, and the glory of God revealing in Christ, and take them as a challenge in which we need to grow up in. And in those art dialogue, we're finding this mysteries of worship with that Samaritan woman, with her condition, and she flipped the conversation to worship, and we're finding that mysteries of worship, that it's not about the Jerusalem or the mountain anymore, but it's deep inside of us. It's a matter of worshiping God in truth and in spirit. As a devotional and a reflection in a dialogue, I think the best way is to live it in a dialogue between you and me. And as a devotional and a reflection for today, my intention is to learn from you. I really want to learn from you. So please share your comment, your feedback. What do you think of this passage? How does the passage speak to you? Have a blessed day.